It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the 2021 World AIDS Day. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, traditionally, Ghana joins the world to mark World AIDS Day each year. December 1st is set aside by the UNAIDS to remember those infected and affected by the epidemic. It also gives us the opportunity to take stock and rekindle our efforts to achieving the objectives of the National HIV and AIDS response. Today's event is to launch the World AIDS Day 2021 and explain the theme that will drive the commemoration. Before I proceed, Mr. Chairman, I wish to acknowledge that the demise of Mrs. Lydia Adichie Azuma, one of the Heart-to-Heart ambassadors and spouse of Reverend John Azuma, also a Heart-to-Heart ambassador, and Ms. Genevieve Dobai, a former national executive member of the Network of Persons Living with HIV, NAPLAS Ghana, was a dark moment for all of us and stakeholders in the fight against HIV and AIDS. These ladies were very passionate and contributed in no mean way to stigma reduction and gave hope to persons living with HIV community, especially women and children. Through their gallant efforts, a lot of women tested for HIV, and many women and children stayed on treatment. We pray for their souls and hope that the good works that they left behind will be nurtured and sustained. May I kindly request that we all rise up to our feet to observe a minute silence in their memory. May their souls rest in peace. Mr. Chairman, as we begin the month-long 2021 World AIDS Day commemoration, I wish to remind Ghanaians that in spite of the increasing uptake of prevention, treatment, and care services, along with declining trends in new infections and AIDS deaths, HIV and AIDS are still major public health concern or challenge in Ghana. New infections and AIDS deaths are unacceptably high. AIDS is one of the 10 leading causes of death in the country. So we want to use the month of November to sensitize Ghanaians to unite and fight against the epidemic. Antiretroviral treatment, pre-exposure prophylaxis, post-exposure prophylaxis, HIV self-testing, and correct and consistent use of condoms offer efficient tools to end the epidemic in this country. We also have the right policies and strategies in place, together with the right partnerships to defeat the epidemic. What is needed now is concerted efforts at optimal scale and intensity towards epidemic control. Ending AIDS and achieving epidemic control is highly possible now if we combine our efforts and work together as a people with a common purpose. That is why the new HIV and AIDS strategic plan for 2021 to 2025 is anchored on achieving epidemic control by accelerating progress towards the 95-95 fast-track treatment targets by the end of 2025. We must work to reduce new infections among the general population, among key population, among adolescent girls and young women, and also at-risk women and men across the nation if we must achieve these targets. And for me, for us to achieve these targets, we have to end inequalities. And I think at the appropriate time, this concept will be broken down to the understanding of all, because inequalities actually impact severely on our efforts to eliminating AIDS and achieving epidemic control. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to use this opportunity to thank our development partners, especially Global Fund, PEPFAR, and the UN system for contributing substantial financial technical resources for the national HIV and AIDS response. I also want to thank the Ghana Health Service, particularly the National AIDS Control and STI Program team, for providing effective leadership for the health sector response, which has ensured increasing uptake of prevention, treatment, and care services throughout the country. I also salute the CSO partners like WAPCAS, CHAG, and all the others that I may not be able to mention. And of course, the numerous healthcare workers and community workers who continue to work to dedicate their lives with passion to offer services to the infected and affected persons. We salute all civil society and faith-based organizations for the tremendous services they render despite all the challenges that they face. We believe in our partnership with you and hope we will continue to work together to accelerate efforts towards achieving the 95-95 targets. And on this note, I also wish to thank the media, because without you, the messages that we put out there cannot reach the public. And we are very grateful for your services. Yes, we can end inequalities. We can end AIDS. We can end epidemics like COVID, even in the midst of all the challenges we face as a country, if only we work together. Once again, on behalf of management of the Commission, I thank you all for your support and commitment to the national response. Thank you for your audience.